What's up everyone, Noah here from Beyond the Brick, and I'm excited to bring you another custom LEGO Star Wars creation featuring products from Clone Army Customs. In this one, I have a creation of my own design, not based off anything from the Star Wars universe or media, and this is a continuation from the previous build I've shown here on Beyond the Brick. So if you're interested in seeing the last part in this 3-part series here on the Beyond the Brick YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe. And let's get into the build itself, which is once again a continuation from that previous creation, showing the clone troopers from that last build taking on their target. And speaking of those clone troopers, if you're interested in finding those on the Clone Army Customs website, which is linked down below, you can find that link there and check out all the different products that they have on their website. They have figures from the Clone Army. They also have accessories, so you can also add some weapons to your own Star Wars figures or clone troopers, and find helmets. You can find everything that you need to extend your Clone Army in your collection. So if you're interested in finding those products and more, the link will be down in the description below. As I take a look here at this creation, I want to make a note real quick that unlike in previous videos where I'm showing pictures and video clips while I'm talking about it through a voiceover, I'll be taking a little bit more of a hands-on approach where I'll be talking about the creation here, moving it around as I'm talking about it, so you can kind of get my thoughts as I'm talking about different sections, and you can see the different areas that I'm talking about in the moment, so it's a little bit more natural, unlike the voice recording obviously talking about the different areas. And I just think this will give you a little bit better of an idea of how I work and the different areas that I wanted to focus on when I build a creation. So like in this creation, this one also has a story like the other ones that I've done in the past. And in this one, you have the clone troopers on their way to their target. The last build I've shared here on Beyond the Brick shows you the other troopers, or the troopers that are, you can see right here, at another platform, at another station where they're making their strategy on how to get to their target. And in this one, they are executing it and are going into this compound, which is sort of guarded by this white wall. In this one, you can see some translucent orange pieces, which are some 1x2 plates, some 1x1 plates, and cheese slopes. That gives you the idea of this wall section right here that has now been bombed out by the troopers, and they're about to pass through and into the compound. Just like in the previous creation, there's also some continuations of details and areas that I wanted to include, such as the water detail, which is obviously in this translucent green color. There's some of these 2x2 bricks, as well as some of the 1x1 tiles, and there's a couple of plates also hidden in there to sort of get those little sections that I can otherwise not get with tiles, as well as the dirt pattern or the general terrain section of the build, which is made up of some reddish brown plates, tiles, and the same goes as well for the dark brown pieces that are mixed in there. The only difference right here with this one is that there's a exclusive color that I have not been able to find the name of yet on Bricklink. If you want to help me out and figure out what color this is, feel free to let me know down in the comments. But there are these 1x1 plates that I was able to get at Legoland. I don't have many of them. There are about 10 or 20 of them, I think, scattered around here in this build. It was such a cool color that is sort of a mixture of reddish brown and dark brown that I decided to include here into this creation. And instead of using medium nougat, I felt like that was a little bit too light. This is a more darker medium nougat, if you will. And I think this perfectly blends between the reddish brown and the dark brown that I've added here for the terrain, just like in the previous build. As I move this around, you can see there's also these bright green flower pieces, some of these 1x2 plates, some studs, as well as these plant pieces that you can also get on the Pick-a-Brick wall. And they're just a fantastic piece. I would totally recommend, if you don't have these yet, although they're pretty common now in a lot of creations, they're still fantastic if you want to get a very thick, bushy jungle sort of terrain into your creation. This is perfect. And I've utilized these here in the front with these other pieces that I've already mentioned, and then as well here in the back behind the wall, you can see there's a whole bunch of them, as well as these larger plant pieces, these 3-leaf plant pieces, which are behind there. And that just perfectly signifies that like sort of vegetation, that thick vegetation that I really wanted to include here in the back of the creation. I've now brought the camera back a little bit so you can see the wall and how it is put together. And it's pretty simple for the main section of the wall, and then I'll talk about the other areas right here above it as well. There's some bricks, plates, and tiles that are used for the main section of the wall below. Obviously, there's some plates in different colors that sort of signify the dirt, which is sort of splashed up against the wall. I think that is a pretty cool detail to include, especially in a small vignette like this. It is a lot better much better than you would think it is, and especially better in person if you're looking at it. So in general, there's plates, bricks, and tiles that are mixed into the wall, as well as some jumper plates here up on top, and then these arch pieces are included here with some tiles on top. And I think this gives a very nice sci-fi look, if you will, for the wall. And then on the corners you can see these dome pieces or astromech dome pieces with some candlesticks put into studs with the hole in the middle removed, and those are sort of stuck on top of there. And I think this just gives a really cool futuristic sci-fi Star Wars look and perfectly adds to the essence of what I'm trying to capture here on the planet of Sesed. Last part of the build to talk about is the palm tree, which sits behind, or in this case above, the creation. And this is the same design that I've used in the previous creation that I showcased here on Beyond the Brick. And this one's just a little bit shorter than the ones that I used in the last one. But it is the same technique, which I cannot take credit for. This is a technique that is put together by Full Plate Builds. If you're interested in finding the tutorial for that, it is down in the description below. But the fairly simple way to sum it up is there is a Travis brick core in the middle, and these flotation rings, which you can see here in reddish brown, are attached to those, and then the leaf pieces are attached to those flotation rings. In this case, I've used the green ones as well as the dark tan and olive green ones, just like he used in his tutorial. And I would recommend looking at the prices for those pieces before you decide, hey, this is the design I want to go with, because they are fairly pricey on Bricklink. Anyways, that is how I put that together, which is, again, through his tutorial. And then you have the core right here of the tree, which is this bark section right here. Those are used here in dark brown, or no, regular brown instead of dark brown, or reddish brown in this case. And yeah, those are fairly easier to get than the reddish brown ones. So I would totally recommend getting those, especially if you want to make multiple of these trees instead of just one. So that is how to do the palm tree. And then again, I would just recommend you take a look at the prices for these palm tree leaves pieces before you set out and say, this is the design I want to use for my creation. That about wraps up this video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to subscribe here to the Beyond the Brick YouTube channel and find more LEGO Star Wars content just like this, which is uploaded here onto their channel. If you're interested in finding out more about me, and as well as the creation that you see here in front of you, you can find more about that down in the description below. And if you're interested in seeing that last part in the 3-part series, that will be coming soon here to the Beyond the Brick YouTube channel as well. I've been Noah. This has been another LEGO Star Wars creation built by myself to be shown here with these awesome Clone Army Customs products. And besides that, I will see you all in the next video that I post here on Beyond the Brick.